Good morning, friends. Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Hotel Yankee here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I made a very simple budget-friendly 49:1 An transformer using basic components. This is a bare-bone construction illustrating that you do not need to spend a lot of money buying these transformers. This transformer is for field use, not for permanent installation. Let's begin. Here it is, my basic 49:1 An transformer for field deployment. First, let's talk about the PL259 with short RG8X coax cable. I stripped the RG8X cable and split the inner conductor from the shielding braid. I soldered the inner conductor to the second turn of the copper wire. I soldered the shielding braid wire to the tip of the copper wire. I added a 100 picofarad 3 kilovolt capacitor across the inner and shielding conductors to improve the SWR on 10 meters. The ferrite toroid core. I used the ferrite toroid core FT240-43 for this project. Since the ferrite toroid core I'm using is not conductive, I used a gauge 14 bare copper wire for the winding. This is very easy to solder compared to an enamel-coated magnet wire. At the end of the winding, I soldered a ring terminal, then attach it to the M6 bolt with wing nut. This bolt and wing nut is where the wire antenna will connect. I cut a piece of plastic chopping board 9 cm square to mount all these components. I used cable ties to secure these components to the cutting board. Finally, I attach a paracord with carabiner to be able to hang this transformer easily. The winding. I used a standard 49:1 winding technique. I started at this point, then wind the wire around the toroid core 14 times. Here is how to count it. Starting here, this is considered turn 0, then turn 1, then turn 2, and so on until I made 14 turns. The starting tip of the wire will be connected to the shielding of the coax cable. At turn number 2, I made a tap and solder the inner conductor of the coax feed line. The end of the wire at turn 14, this will be connected to the wire antenna. The coax feed line, counterpoise, and choke. The short RG8X coax will be spliced to a longer coax by using an SO239 barrel-through connector. Part of the coax feed line back to the radio transceiver will act as a counterpoise. The typical length of this counterpoise is 5% of the full wavelength of the antenna design. Therefore, if the wire antenna is half wave of 40 meters, which is 20 meters long, then the coax feed line counterpoise length will be approximately 2 meters. Calculated as 40 meters multiplied by 0.05 or 5% of the full wavelength. At the 2 meter mark of the coax feed line, a common mode current choke must be installed to prevent RF reaching the radio transceiver. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video and will subscribe to my channel. 73.